Hello all and welcome to Wow Crochet. My name is Mary and in today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to make these beautiful little booties. Are they not the most cutest thing you've ever seen? Okay, they are not my signature booty, just want to make that point. My signature booty you will find on my Etsy and my madic.com.au stores. These booties here you can find all over the web. You can find tutorials for it on YouTube. You can find it on people's web pages. They're basic, they're easy. You'll fly through them. Okay, I think the tutorial will be about half an hour, but that's because we're doing a lot of chatting. It'll probably, if you're a beginner, it will take you half an hour. If you're an intermediate, you're probably looking at 15 to 20 minutes, maybe less if you're faster than me. Now, if you know how to do a single crochet and back loops, and double crochet two together, and the last thing we'll be doing is slip stitching across the top, then this tutorial is going to be easy for you. Okay, if you're not sure how to do those stitches, please visit the rest of my tutorials, previous tutorials. They'll all be there. Okay, that's what I've been leaning up against. Okay, now you will need crochet hook, scissors, pin, or needle, sorry, not a pin, needle, darning needle, weaving needle, whatever you want to call it. Now, you probably noticed that this one's smaller than this one, and so on. So this is a 0 to 3, get it right, Mary, 0 to 2 month old baby, 2 to 4 month, 4 to 6 months. Now, the reason I did that, or the why I did it, not the reason, because babies grow very, very quickly, and basic booties are great around this time of the year. Okay, nothing with buttons, nothing with fancy stuff. For this time of year, when you want to keep baby warm just because you want to keep him warm or her warm, then these are the booties for you. Now, I use a 3.5mm hook for the little pink one. I use a 4mm hook for the blue one. And I used a 4.5 for that green one we just saw. Now, the green one is this particular colour, which is the Bendigo Stella Emerald colour. Okay, it's a very pretty colour, and I like it because it's got like a tinge of yellow and a little bits of green and some bits of blue and all sorts of yummy colours mixed in together. Okay, so let's get started. Slip knot. Easy, easy. If you're not sure how to do that, I also have a tutorial on that as well. I've got a tutorial on everything so far. Well, not everything. There are still things that I need to do. But what I've done is I've done tutorials on projects that I'm going to spend the next few weeks showing you. Now, this one here, the recent tutorials are all there, so you can go and check them out, have a practice and come back to us. Okay, firstly, we are going to chain on 13. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so now we're going to put 2 double crochets in the 4th chain from hook. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 right there. So there's your first double crochet and there's your second double crochet. Okay, if you're not sure if you've done that right, what we can do is count. You should have 9 stitches left. And if you do have more than 9 stitches, you didn't do it right. If you have less, then you didn't do it right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, maybe I didn't do it right. Let's have another close-up of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I did. My apologies. Counting. Not one of my many talents. Okay, especially when you're a crocheter, you really have to know how to count. You miss one stitch, can put everything out of whack. Okay, so now you're going to put a double crochet in the next 8 stitches. Do that and I'll meet you up. Okay, so now we've got to that last stitch. We are going to put 6 double crochets in that very last stitch. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 and 6. So you might find that little hole got a little bit bigger. Just give it a bit of a tug, it'll close up, and if it doesn't, we will sew that in later anyway. So when we weave that in there, it'll tighten that stitch up, so don't panic too much. So you have officially done kind of like a U-turn there, okay? So now we're going to work in the back loops, well, the last loop, top loop of the opposite side. And we're going to do 8 double crochets across, okay? So let's start. There's your top loop right there. 1, 2. All right, I want you to do 8 and I'll meet you up. Okay, so we've done our 8 stitches. Okay, now we need to put 3 double crochets in that stitch there, but not in the hole. We want to find that top stitch right there. See that top stitch? So we've got 3 in there. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So you've now done, basically you've done the first part of the sole of the foot. So you have done pretty much that first row, first 2 rows there. 2 rows, 1 row, whatever you want to call it. Okay, now we're going to slip stitch on top of that 3rd chain from the hook. Ugh, set my tight stitching. There it is. Okay, good. We've done that. Chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3. And we are going to put a double crochet in, oh no we're not, we're going to put a double crochet in that same stitch as our slip stitch. Sorry, my thread people. Okay. And then we will put a double crochet, or 2 double crochets in the next 2. So 1 and 2 in that first one. And then 1 and 2 in that second one. And then we're going to put a double crochet, in every stitch for 8 stitches. So that's 2, 3, 4, oops, sorry about that, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, now we are going to put 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 1 and 2. Then we're going to do it again in the next stitch. And now what I want you to do, 1 and 2, do it again 4 more times. So pull out some yarn here. You've got 2 double crochets there, 2 double crochets there, so it's 1, 2, and you need to have 6 all across. So you're going to do 4 more times, and I'll meet you up. Okay, so if you want to know if you've done it right, have a quick look, and you will find you've put 2 double crochets in all of those 2 double crochets. So we've done it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, now what we're going to do is put a double crochet in your next 8 stitches. So there, 1, go ahead and do that and I'll meet you up. 2, okay, so you've done your 8 stitches, 8 double crochets across. Now you need to put 2 double crochets in the next 3 stitches, 1, 2 in that first one, and then 1, 2 in that second one, and then 1 and 2 in the third one. Well, it's very simple, isn't it, so far? All right, so now we need to slip stitch to our 3rd chain right there to join. Ugh, there's my tight stitching again. Got to do something about this tight stitching. Okay, so we chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3. Now this one here, we are going to be working in back loops only, okay? So we doing double crochets in those very back loops you see there. So this is where we normally put it into. So we're going to be putting it in the back loop. All right, so there's our first one. That chain right there is a bit hard to see, but that's the back loop right there. All right, so double crochet in the back loop. Double crochet in the back loop. Okay, I want you to do that all the way around and I'll meet you back. Okay, so we have done all that except for one more. I think we've got one more there. All right, that's our double crocheting in the chain, the back loop only. We're going to slip stitch to that third chain from hook, and then I want to show you what we've just produced. Okay, we've been working this way. All right, let me bring that out. Whoops, bring that out a bit. We've been working this way. So initially that is our right side. So when we pull that this way, we have now already formed part of our boot, our sole. So our sole is done and we are now up to, you know what, we've only got a couple of rows to go. I know it sounds weird, a couple of main rows to go and then we've got a close up row. It's interesting, isn't it? Okay, so now we're going to chain up, put it back the other way, chain up 3, which is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and oh, my thread. Sorry about that. Okay, 1 double crochet in the next 9 stitches. So 1 double crochet there and so on, all the way until you get to 9. Okay, I'll meet you up. All right, so we've done our 1 double crochet in the next 9 stitches. Okay, and no, I think we've messed up a little bit here. Oh no, we haven't. We've done right. That's all right. What am I talking about? We now need to do, because I'm thinking I haven't done my 10 double crochet 2 togethers. Well, we're going to do that now. Okay, so we are going to do double crochet 2 together 10 times. Okay, so that is double crochet. We'll do it slowly. Yarn over hook. I'll show you close up. So yarn over hook, put it through that next stitch, yarn over hook, pull up a loop, yarn over hook, pull through 2, and we stop there. Then we go yarn over hook, put it into the very next stitch, yarn over hook, pull up a loop, yarn over hook, pull through 2, and then yarn over hook, pull through 3. And what you've done is you've done 2 together. And you need to do that 10 times. Let's do one more together. In there, like that. Into the next stitch. Just nice and slowly, so I can show you. Like that. Now we've just done 2. You need to do 8 more, and I'll meet you up. All right, so we have done 10 of these. If you're not sure whether you've done 10 or not, we can count them quickly now. Okay, go back to your singles there, and it's 1 set, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. All right, so we've done 10 double crochet 2s together. Now we're just going to do 10 double crochets across. Okay, and I'll meet you up. Okay, if you've done it correctly, your last 10 double crochets across would have got you right to the end of the row where that little slip join there is. Okay, so what we're going to do is slip stitch into that third chain from hook again with my nice tight stitching there. There you go, with slip stitch to join. Okay, so we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and it's 1 double crochet in the next 9 double crochet. So it's 1 in there. Whoops, sorry, I'm out of the picture there, my apologies. 1 in there. Sorry about this. My throat is still killing me. And we're going to do 9 altogether. So you've got 1, 2, and do another 7. I'll meet you up. Okay, so now we're double crocheting 2 together 5 times. Remember these 2 togethers from below? Okay, notice how it's formed 1 V. The 2 stitches have formed 1 V. So we're going to double crochet 2 together again. So in actual fact, we're double crocheting all those 4 stitches together, but you can't tell, right? So you put your hook in that first one. Remember? Yarn over hook, pull up a loop, yarn over hook, and then we go into the next stitch, which is right next to it. Next door neighbours there, okay? Easy, yeah? That's 1. 1 in there. And then there. And that's 2. We do another one. 1 in there. And 1 in there makes that 3. 1 in there. And 1 in there makes that 4, and then 1 in there, and 1 in there makes that 5. Oh, well, we're done. We only needed to do 5. And then we'll do a double crochet in the next 10 double crochets, and I shall, here's the first one, just so you know where we're at. There, I shall meet you up. So do another 9 after that and we're right. All right, so what you should have had was, there's your 5 double crochets. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now we are going to slip stitch to join on the top of that 3rd stitch like we've been doing for the past, I don't know, beginning, from the beginning. Okay, this is the best bit. You know why it's the best bit? Because it's the last row. Yay! Okay, we're not going to chain up anything. We're just going to slip stitch right into that very next stitch, right next door to it. Okay, then we're going to slip stitch into the very next stitch as well. And guess what? We're going to do that all the way around. Now when you do it, just be wary not to slip stitch too tightly like I do, like yours truly. Otherwise you close that loop up too tight. So slip stitch, don't do it too loose either because you want to have some sort of closure. Slip stitch, and when you're finished, I'll meet you at the end. Okay, what I've done is I've actually gone just a quarter of the way across because I wanted to show you the slip stitches in that double section. It's no different than any other section, but your normal double crochet 2 together is just 1 loop there. So it's slip stitch in that 1 V, okay? And then into the next set V, okay? And the next, and again the next. All right, just continue that along until you get to the end of the row. Okay, we are on our last stitch there. Okay, so we're going to slip stitch in there. Okay, and now what we want to do our join like we've been doing these past beginning to the end rows. So we find that first slip stitch we did. Oh, that didn't work. That first slip stitch, oh, very tight. Okay, you find yours. Hopefully it's not as tight as mine. And we'll slip stitch into there. And then we'll pull up a loop. We'll cut it. And I'm going to show you how to weave in those pesky ends. Okay, so far what you have is your booty, really, if you think about it. You don't even have to weave in the ends if you don't want to, but you have to because you don't want baby to pull on these things. Okay, so you do have to. Okay, all right, let's get a little needle. Now I'm going to show you this one here, the very, very top one, very quickly. Okay, it's a very quick one. The bottom one might be a little bit difficult. Well, not difficult, just fiddly. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but what they do is when they crochet that way, they sew in the ends that way and you get this really big bump on top. I sew it in where I see the end falling. All right, you just have to be wary about that. If you put it in there, you are putting it back through the stitch that you just created. So what you want to do is put it through a couple of stitches like that, and then pull it through very gently like that. Do that and it's gone. That knot is gone, baby. I don't know where the accent came from. Sorry about that. And then you just kind of weave, or I split the yarn actually. I don't even weave. I split the yarn. You don't see the needle there at all because that yarn is split. Now, the only negative about splitting the yarn is if you've made a mistake somewhere and you want to take it undone, it's going to be really difficult. Okay? So, I do it once. I do it twice. Yeah, and then guess what, people? I do it a third time. Okay? Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also don't forget to click on the little bell button so that you can receive further tutorials. Okay, so what we're going to do with that other one, see right there, we want to pull it through the other side. So just grab it and bring it in on the inside. Oops, sorry, that went out of picture there, but I just pulled it through to the inside of the booty. Then we'll put the booty inside out, and then we will thread our needle first. And this one here is a little trickier because we want to get rid of that little hole that's right there. We don't need to because it is the heel, okay? But it doesn't look good, and we want baby to look great as well as feel great. We want baby to look great as well. Why shouldn't baby not look great? Okay, so just kind of weave in around that edge, and it doesn't matter if you see it through the other side because it's the sole. See, already it's closed up a little bit there, I've noticed. And I've just done a little bit. Pulling it through, there it goes. It's closed up completely. All right, but I still want to do a couple of more. And then in a second, I'm just going to go back the other way a little bit. That way. Lovely people, you have been watching Mary at Well Crochet. Try to bring you as many tutorials as I can weekly, probably at this stage looking at 2 a week while I'm new and fresh and while I'm still getting school holidays. It's the joy of working in a school, I suppose. So I try to bring as many tutorials as I can, but this is my very first project tutorial, okay? And I want to thank the web for teaching me lots of little interesting things. Now these are everyday booties that your baby can wear when you go to the shop or whatever. Thanks very much for watching. If you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget, lovely people, keep crocheting and have a good day. Ciao.